when you have somebody who is a world-famous superstar, who's a billionaire, et cetera, and they do something you don't expect, it's brilliant media. And I think we got to acknowledge that this guy is beating the pants off of us with these so-called publicity stunts. It gets into everybody's feeds, and people who are not looking at politics will look at that. I think we just have to have more fun ourselves. We were having a great time during the Democratic convention. If we have more fun, if the Democratic Party is a party of fun, people will join it. We should be doing crazy stuff too.
We're about to have a look at Bill Maher and his panelists that consists of Van Jones and Colorado Governor Jared Polis, who, in my opinion, exposes himself in this video as a guy that belongs in one of them white guys for Harris commercials, discussing Trump's appearance on the Joe Rogan show. And I gotta admit, Van Jones's reaction is a surprise to me, which I think it'll be a surprise to you. So let's go ahead and check it out.
All right, for the panel, what does the panel think of Trump doing Joe Rogan's podcast today, and is it a mistake for Kamala not to do it? Yeah, I think it is a mistake. I think it's a mistake she didn't do this show.
Yeah, did you invite her? Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, we didn't invite her.
Of course you should.
We would have bumped you for her. I hate to say it. I hate to tell you. I hate to tell you.
Yeah, and there's still time, I hope, and I know she's going to be campaigning in Texas. I hope she does, the podcast. I think the more people see of Kamala Harris, the more they like her. She needs to get out there. I think some of that is a staff reticence that they had because of Joe Biden, which you couldn't put out there. We understand that. You can put her out there. She's terrific. She's likable. She's joyous. She's fun. She's clever. Get her out there.
Boy. For a guy who's not an official surrogate, you're on the waiting list. What did the panel think of Trump's stint as fry cooker at McDonald's? And it's, you know, I mean, I already addressed this. You know, it's like they see him differently.
I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant.
Yes.
I think when you have somebody who is a world-famous superstar, who's a billionaire, et cetera, and they do something you don't expect, it's brilliant media. And I think we got to acknowledge that this guy is beating the pants off of us with these so-called publicity stunts. It gets into everybody's feeds, and people who are not looking at politics will look at that. I think we just have to have more fun ourselves. We were having a great time during the Democratic convention. If we have more fun, if the Democratic Party is a party of fun, people will join it. We should be doing crazy stuff too.
And you might remember, that was the attempt in the beginning. Remember, Kamala Harris in her campaign basically said that this was going to be about joy and all this stuff, but over the past few weeks, as she's fallen behind in the polls and the poly market and everything like that, she's basically gone on the attack against Donald Trump. And everything that every single one of her answers basically refers back to Orange Man bad. The Trump derangement syndrome seems to creep out at every opportunity. They just can't resist it. They can't hold it back. Even Kamala Harris's witch cackle has returned, which she was able to keep that under control in the beginning. But now she's being booed off stages, essentially. She did a bait and switch with Beyonce. You know, it's really been not very good for the Kamala Harris campaign these last couple weeks. And as it relates to the Joe Rogan podcast, she basically put out a list of demands saying that she only wanted to do an hour. Joe Rogan had to travel to her, all these special stipulations, and they claim that it's because she's in the middle of a campaign. Although Donald Trump was able to take the time, go spend 3 hours with him, crushed it, unedited 3-hour interview. You don't even need a transcript because there it is. There's no cuts in it at all. So the Kamala Harris campaign is not fun. It's really just pissing off their own voter base. And anybody that goes out and votes for her, it's just because there's a D next to her name at this point. I don't think anybody really believes that Kamala Harris is the better candidate. It's just a vote against Trump or a vote for the Democratic Party because that's the way their little group, their echo chamber has it, right? You know what I mean? And so let's go ahead and continue.
And if I might add one more thing. It's like, don't immediately just go to, I hate him for that.
Yeah.
Like, which is but everybody I know here in Hollywood does that. And it's like, you're first of all, you look weak. You look weak. You look like you're so easily gotten.
Yes.
You know, you look like you overreact to anything. I think politics comes out of personality. I'm going to do something extensive on this one day, but personalities. Your personality first. I know people who are conservative politically because I know them. That's just who they are.
Yeah.
They're squares. And that's okay. And there are people who just, they think Trump is fun like that. I don't get it, but I don't get Taylor Swift. Not that I'm comparing them, but I'm just saying.
I bet you would have bumped me for Taylor Swift, too.
What's this?
You would have bumped me for Taylor
Oh,
Swift.
in a New York.
Exactly.
Of course I would.
Everybody else is turning you down.
I'd bump Kamala for Taylor Swift. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I agree with you.
She's a classy person, and the success she's had, the influence she's had is amazing. I just,
Not your cup of tea.
Nikki Glaser was doing my podcast, and I was like, I don't get this, Nikki. You've been to 18 concerts. Tell me. And she's like, the music is so amazing. And she said, just watch the Eras tour. It's a 3-hour thing on Apple, I think. And okay, I did not move the needle at all. This is not great music to me, but that's just me. I don't get her music, and I don't think Trump's jokes about Arnold Palmer's dick are funny, but other people do. It's not relevant.
So for those of us who love Taylor Swift, and I'm a big Swiftie, that is some of the fun that Kamala Harris is bringing into politics. So I did a Swifties for Kamala kickoff in Nevada, where I was just campaigning for her. We got all this energy, exchanging friendship bracelets and having fun. So there's a lot of joy there, Bill. And I'll give you your friendship bracelet, too.
I'm not. Knock yourself out. I love all the joy and all the everything that, she does great stuff, but, I just don't get the music. All right. What are your thoughts on the Menendez brothers?
So, yeah, like I said, this dude, the governor of Colorado, belongs in a white guy for Kamala commercial, right? If you guys have seen those commercials, you'll know what I'm talking about. This dude has total beta energy. I can't believe this guy is a leader of people. Especially on the governor level. I mean, wow, that's pretty, powerful. But wow, shame on you, Colorado, for electing this dude. No wonder why they have what's going on with the gangs taking over apartment buildings there in Aurora, Colorado. I mean, this dude with their governor, what do you have to fear, right? I mean, seriously, they ain't trying that crap in Florida, at least, that I've seen. But I feel pretty confident in making that statement, to be honest with you. And like I said in the beginning, Van Jones saying that Donald Trump's McDonald's stunt was a good thing, it kind of took me by surprise, because Van Jones is typically pretty racist, in my opinion. He's mostly anti-white, it seems like, you know what I mean? It's just the way he comes off to me every time he talks. He just is so focused on that particular thing, even as it related to Diddy here recently. Him and Candace Owens kind of got into a back and forth over it, and it's just the dude just comes off as pretty one-sided to me, right? So his McDonald's comments took me by surprise. It showed a little bit of intelligence, but I guess a broken clock is right, a couple times a day, which in his instance, his case, it'd be maybe once a week. But, Donald Trump also had another publicity stunt just yesterday after Joe Biden called all of his supporters, all of Trump's supporters, trash, or I guess he called them garbage, I should say, to get the quote correct. Donald Trump and Vivek Ramaswamy pulled up to his latest rally, I think it was, his latest speech or whatever, in a garbage truck, wearing the reflective vest, gave his speech in the reflective vest. You see memes coming out left and right on X, people embracing it on the right side, people showing that they have a sense of humor, unlike how the left has responded to Tony Hinchcliffe's comments about Puerto Rico. It's very one-sided. They want to come out here and say that Kamala Harris is the campaign of fun and joy and all this stuff like that. But really, to me, it's Donald Trump and his supporters who are having the most fun. Bill Maher wanted to act like if you're a Republican, you're a square. And then he went on and talked trash on Taylor Swift, who a lot of people think is cool. And I can give her a little bit of props because she is a billionaire, music artist, right? And, she surrounded herself with a good team. Even her relationship with Travis Kelce has been extremely marketable for both of them. And, I guess it's still kind of yet to be seen if that relationship is real or not. But if it's not, It was a fantastic publicity stunt for both of the people involved. It's made them both tens of millions of dollars, if not more already. Maybe they fell in love over the process just from spending the amount of time together. But, you know, that's just speculation to me. But the fact remains that it was a good stunt, regardless of if they actually fell in love or are a real couple or whatever. And so Taylor Swift is at least smart in that, but, you know, she's not smart when it comes to politics, and that's why we shouldn't be taking our cues from musicians and actors and stuff like that, because, frankly, that's not their profession. You know what I mean? We can listen to their opinions and judge them, and everybody has the right to free speech, but we shouldn't go vote for a particular person because Taylor Swift or Ben Stiller or anybody out there is saying that we should, right? And so anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that one. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.